my question is like, what's on your plate next? Like, is URL going to call you back for another battle? And if they do, who do you want to see on that URL stage?
Well, me and them are in talks. You know what I mean? They definitely want me to come back. I had, a nice little conversation with, the staff over there, and just for what I was capable of doing on that stage, this weekend, they really fucking with it. They really want to do, something else. And I told them, from taking Holmzie, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm like gloating after the battle or anything, but I told them, like, once they seen what I did with Holmzie, like, to never bring one of these types of dudes up to me again. And they was like, well, depending on what you do, we can have that conversation. So that conversation after they seen that battle, it was looking real nice. So we should be doing something else. My next battle, actually is in 2 weeks from now, is in Houston versus Double M, Dome weekend. So I'll be there, battling that guy and going from there.
Is that on
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, that's on Houston Barcode. Yeah.
Yeah, I know about that card. That card is pretty dope. I think it got C3 on it as well, right?
Right, C3 versus Beretta Blaze. I see Chef Trez was on the card. They got a nice little card for their league. I thought it was pretty dope.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Kannon.
Well,
Big Kannon, it's your boy Nick's White, Harlem Fresh. Yo, I want to put it to you like this. I was the first and only one that said you was gonna win. First of all, I felt like you was gonna win because of the experience that you had on that stage. Holmzie ain't never been in front of a crowd like that, and I knew he couldn't control a crowd like you because you had the experience. And plus, I knew you felt like you needed to get some get back from your past performances because I knew that wasn't the Big Kannon that we know. I knew something had to be up. That wasn't the Big Kannon that we know. And you just broke it down and said you was fully focused and you had a chance to just have that tunnel vision on one person right then and there. So off the rip, I just felt like you was going 2-1 clear, if not body bag, I think I said. If not a clear 2-1 or clear 3-0, we probably have to listen to the shit back later. But I already knew you was going to get that done. But other than that, I think Holmzie was already talking about he got his next battle already booked. I think he just in it for the money still. He ain't in it for the passion of really perfecting his craft and getting in a nigga ass, no homo.
Well, you know what? I disagree. And I'll say why I disagree. See, Holmzie studied the game. Holmzie, from me talking to Holmzie, like, afterwards, see, people don't gotta understand something, like, niggas talk shit, niggas do all that, but I actually, like, really fuck with Holmzie. Like, I've always, I like dude. Dude is a good dude, man. As a person, he just had to go in the ring. He had to get the fuck on up out of that. That was what that was about. But in regards to, like, me talking to him outside of the ring, I've had conversations with him. So he's a very smart individual. The only problem is that he has to find himself, and by him finding himself, I mean in regards to, like, finding what works for him. Like, if people watch his previous battles on Smack, he's not that energetic, but he has times to where he, manipulates that and may hit you with some energy real quick and go back to his monotone whatever. Now that was working for him in that, PG, smaller room setting. Now when he came on the stage with me, he was the most energetic he's ever been. He was very, like, he had a lot of energy, but it didn't translate well because it didn't, like, that's not what we liked him for. That's not what the fans liked him for. So when he tries to do something different versus me, it looked out of place. Like, it didn't look like that's what he wanted to do. It looked like that's what he thought he should do. You know what I'm saying?
He was uncomfortable?
You said what?
Uncomfortable? He looked uncomfortable?
Yeah. To me, watching him deliver, a lot of his, delivery within that, it looked like he wanted to do that versus it being natural to him. And when, like me, I could be, the aggressor, or I could be the, the slow, the pace, or whatever. Like, that's what I've known to do, throughout my, career. So when I'm watching him, he's trying to match my aggression at parts, and it just doesn't look natural. So I think subconsciously the fans wasn't rocking with a lot of his stuff, because they're like, wait, what the fuck is this? Like, you don't do this, nigga. What are you doing? So, like, I really think that that's a lot of why, like, people, wasn't really, like, feeling him. Because I see a lot of people saying, he was light and he wasn't really doing that well. And I don't think that, but that's, what a lot of people feel. And I'm kind of like, well, yeah, he kind of was doing some other shit that he never does.
Yeah, I feel you on that, because I'm not gonna say Holmzie is trash. Holmzie is not trash. He could flow. He got bars, but like you said, I think he just need to find his lane, stay in his lane, perfect that lane, and just stay consistent with it. And whatever the fans like you for, stick to that, and then later on, once you perfect that shit, you can start incorporating the other shit, like the performance and then the jokes and all that other shit. But I think he just need to perfect his craft a little bit more before he get on that big stage like that.
Yeah, I definitely felt like, he was attempting to try new things, and I don't think that this was the best battle to do that for.
Well, this is Capo. This is Capology Facts again. I just want to say to Big Kannon that my apologies for doubting you, sir. After the first round, after watching the first round, my nigga, I automatically slapped myself and said, "Nigga, why did you choose Holmzie the God?" And I just like, man, I'm holding a big L. And out of all the predictions, this is the one that's gonna haunt me because I hate it. I hated that I did it.
I agree.
But I had a perfect reason for it. You know what I mean? But after the first round, I already clearly knew that shit was just I fucked up. So as soon as I got on the show, I hold L's all the time. So I'm cool with holding L's. I don't have no problem with that. You know what I mean? But
no,
good job, sir,
like,
for getting back on that stage. And Big Kannon should never get anybody of that caliber again. He is one of the vets, and now he's back on URL. He should get somebody his caliber or better.
Right. Well, I'll put it to you like this, man. Like how I interpret what I'm doing, and that was not even to me. Just to me, that wasn't the best Kannon either. Like the Kannon, the best Kannon hasn't been seen yet. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. Like I feel that way because I'm never I can't be complacent. I've seen so many things that was wrong with that performance that I know I have to change. And then I also seen the things that worked very well that I need to maybe implement a little more. So I'm one of them dudes, like, I study everything. Like, I break my opponent down. I break myself down even more than my opponent. So I am going to, like, I guarantee you that was that performance, people going to just forget about it after they see my next performances, because I know what I could do, and I know where I can get to, and I know how dangerous I actually am. And that was my whole thing with Holmzie. Holmzie was looking at all of the my negative performances. He always constantly brung up performances that I didn't do that well in, and even brought up performances that I did great in. But at the same time, you're preparing for an older version of something else. And when he got on that stage, and it wasn't, and I flipped into that whole shit in the second round. Niggas had never seen that before, so it was like you couldn't even prepare for this. And then I went to my zone, and it was what it was. That's it.
Well, my question to you is this: like, knowing the caliber that you are, what made you take Holmzie over a lot of people? Like, what made you take Holmzie in that setting? Like, you just wanted to give him a shot,
yeah.
or?
Well, I understood because I'm a realist, bro. So I understood how people were interpreting me at that time. They interpreted me like, "Hey, you just lost these battles. You're not that good. You shouldn't get anybody new or a good name coming back from your DNA battles." And I looked at it, and I was like, you know what? I listen to what people saying. I listen to you guys' show. I listen to other people's show. I listen to a lot of things, and it was just like, you know what, Kannon? I think that people have forgot. So because they have forgot, just do what you do. Just do you. Do what you do, bro. Just get on the stage and just suck it up, man. Pause. Take everything that people have thought about you and change it.
That's fire. That's fire. So,
Big Kannon, let me ask you, Big Kannon, out of the top 10 names right now, who would you like to get in that ring with? Word, $1 million question. This is a commission $1 million question. Who would you like to get in that ring with next? If you had a choice, who would you like to get in that motherfucking ring with?
All of them. Every one of them. Every one of them.
It don't matter who?
There's nobody that is exempt. All of them. Like
anybody could get it.
Anybody. Like, I'm not a part of no groups. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than the mob, Dot Mob is it. If it's not a Dot Mob nigga, anybody else could go. That's just how it is. Like, if it's not Dot Mob, if you ain't Dot Mob affiliated, then any one of you can go. And that's just how I feel about it.
Talk your shit.
Do it matter any platform, or just does it matter any platform that you want it on?
I'll be honest with you, man. Like, right at this moment in my career, man, I gotta move a different way. And I'm doing this battle in Houston because I owe one of my homies something. So I owe him that. So I'm a make sure I make good on what I owe him. But for just throughout, just for the rest of my duration in battle rap, man, it just gotta make sense, man. Like it gotta make sense, bro. Because my legacy has been tainted for me just doing things for other people's appeasement, and I'm one of those guys that if you think this dude could beat me, all right, because I'm just a gladiator like that. Like, I've never been, I never pick and choose who it is. Like, I've never done that. Like, I never said, hey, yeah, I only want this guy, I only want that guy. Like, I always let people make that, those decisions for me, because I was just like, fuck it, man. Like, I just want to rap. Like, that's what I'm here for. Well, that's not how, business should work. And that's not how business works anyway. Like, you got to be more strategic with the moves that you make. So, You know, if it's not something that actually makes sense to further me, I have no plans on taking it. So, like, I'm good on money. I got a good job. I don't need, you know what I mean, to just take anybody. Like, I don't need to do that.